Yeah, let me give you a quick run through of the car and the setup that we're working with. So the car itself is a 2006 Toyota Prado, and it is a diesel version. And if I'm honest, I don't know too much about cars, but I just knew that I wanted to get diesels. We're going to do a lot of miles on the road, and so obviously they're just more fuel efficient. So yeah, went for the diesel, and yeah, and then working with the dual battery setup in here. So that is the second battery, and then got the first battery over there. So on the second battery we've got the fridge and the inverter running off it, and we've also got two Anderson plugs as well. So there's an Anderson plug at the front on the bumper, which can be used for like a solar input. So if we are parked up for a few days, then can get a solar panel, which will then charge the battery. As currently the way that the battery is charged is it just gets charged from the main battery when we're driving. So we have a couple of days when we're not going to be driving too much, then might need to have the solar input just to top it up a bit. I mean, on this trip we've been away for 3 days so far, and battery's been fine. I mean, we haven't drove like masses. Obviously driving down here was like 4 hours, but then apart from that, probably been driving like half hours like here and there, so not massive driving, and the battery's been fine. So yeah, that's what we're working with under the bonnet. And how I can keep an eye on that, on those batteries, is this volt gauge here. So this tells me how many volts the two batteries are working with, and I believe once it gets down to 12.2 it's like half full. So yeah, it looks like battery one is about half full right now. So once we get on the road, that'll need to be, well, we'll just get charged. So yeah, gonna be heading off soon, so no dramas there. And then when we come into the back, this is where the inverter is. So the inverter is down here under the back seat. So you see there we've got the iPhone charger plugged in, also got a like USB on there as well. So yeah, and this is up to 500 watts on that. So just bang me on the 10. But yeah, so that inverter is up to 500 watts. So yeah, well, we have got like a 240 volt kettle and tried to use it, but it weren't quite working. So yeah, not sure I'm going to figure that out, but obviously it's our first trip, so bound to be stuff that we need to figure out along the way. Just to give you a shot of the tent up like that. So the tent is the King's Tora X, and yeah, it's got a hard shell on the roof, which I think is just a little bit better, is what when I was looking. But the only issue is that when you have the bedding and stuff inside, you then can't close the lid. So yeah, I feel like with the ones that have like a soft top, you can put the bed in and that inside and then close it. So obviously for us, we've got our bed on the back seats for now. So yeah, it's taking up a bit of room. Also, what I got wired up was a few like sockets down here. So you see I've got a few USBs in there, and also got that there to charge stuff, and those run off the main battery. So just gives that second battery a bit of a break whilst we're driving, and then when we are parked up we can just use the inverter. Going around to this side, you see we've got the King's 270 awning, which is freestanding, so you don't need any poles that kind of come down to the floor. And yeah, hold it up, it basically just obviously holds itself up. So yeah, I didn't fancy it. I just wanted something I just wanted a setup that was like quick and easy just to get going as soon as you park up. So for me, pop the tent up straight away. It takes like 5 minutes, and then awning straight out. You've not got to chuck any poles down or anything. So for me, this was like the ideal setup. Here is the rear of the car, beautifully modelled by Beth. So you've got the rear drawers there. Got the rear drawers there. You've got the fridge, and then the drop-down table. Just again gives you a bit of space to store all your essentials. This is where we've been keeping our big 25 litre jug of water. Ideally, I would like to get something which kind of goes on the back bumper, and then you keep the water there. But like with a lot of this stuff, it just costs money. So you do see some people that have got insane setups, and it's like, oh yeah, I'd love to get that, I'd love to get that. But yeah, if only I had unlimited money, that would be the ideal situation.
Mr. Joseph is cooking up a storm over here. This is the awning. We've got all of our washing hanging out there. And this is our little back of the car kitchen. Look at that. Gourmet, that is.
Beautiful.
Oh, even a festive spatula to go with.
Well, I guess this is a good time for me to give you a tour of the kitchen. So
Yeah.
what we're running here is we're running the double burner gas setup. Little propane tank there. I was going to say butane, I wasn't too sure. But yeah, got the double gas stove there. Got a little chopping board which comes out of the 2 drawers that are back here. We've got the fridge set up in there, running off the dual battery system. And I mean, I guess that's it really. I mean, there's not really too much more to show in here in terms of the kitchen, but it's got everything you need. Oh, we've got this little
Spice rack.
Yeah, got a spice rack and a drop down table here.
Yeah.
So a few spices in there and knives. But yeah, this is what we're working with in the outback.
This is where we'll be eating our meal tonight. Foldable table and chairs. The top comes off and basically rolls up so it can all fit in the car very nicely. Joseph wouldn't have it any other way, would you?
Nope.
Nope. And there is our dinner view. So just behind these bushes over here is a beautiful beach that I will be dragging Joseph up tomorrow morning for sunrise. So excited, aren't you?
Very excited. Well, it's going to be an early start because what time's sunrise?
Yeah, it's like 5:30.
Yeah, that is a very early start.
Well, we are going to go and potentially try and catch a sunset. And it's not looking too sunny, is it? So
The water's looking like lovely colour though.
also, yeah, this is the reality of being in the bush. So many flies.
I'll tell you what, look at this absolute masterpiece that I've just chefed up in that kitchen. Look at that. Whoosh. Not a bad view, hey. Not a bad dinner view at all. Dinner complete, it was unreal. Chef Joe strikes again. Look at this sunset. Oof, that is beautiful. What do you reckon? Yeah?
It's one of those ones where, like, I don't know, we always go to the beach for sunset, don't we? But sometimes when we're in Perth, when you're actually not at the beach, you're in the city, that's when it's the nicest. So I feel like we're getting both ends.
Yeah.
A bit behind us, a bit over there. Can't complain.
Getting ready to get tucked up for the night, eh? Good morning from our campsite in Dunsborough. As you can see here in the tent, it's pretty roomy. Bev's just got out now, so just left me, but yeah, loads of room. And what more could you want than waking up to that view of the sea? Unreal. And what a beautiful morning in Dunsborough. The sun is shining and you got sea views in the morning. Oh, that is beautiful. What more could you want? I tell you what, when you're camping out here, the stars at night are ridiculous. Just look up and honestly, millions, billions of stars. It is crazy. It makes you feel really, really small. So that is the setup that I'm currently working with. It is our first trip using it. So I think as our first trip goes, it's been really good. I mean, there's not been really too much stuff that we thought we've needed, apart from when we got stuck in the sand. We needed a shovel probably and another car to get us out, but yeah, that's just one of those things that you can't obviously plan for. So yeah, there's a couple of stuff I think we'd probably add to it, but yeah, it's going to be a process. So anything I add, I will update you.